Hello viewers, I am Will Keith, and I am here today to do a sort of comparison between what I would consider to be my three good fixed blade knives. I have here the Buck 120 General, just sent to me by Hibben. I did a video on this just a few days ago, so you should remember that pretty well. Also had it in my first video I just did. And here I have the Hibben Alaskan survival knife, which was sent to me by my Norwegian friend Robin a few years back. And then the Ka-Bar Zombie Killer Wursword, which I actually bought myself back when I had money and a life. So these are what I would consider my three good fixed blade knives. They all fit within a very small budget ratio. They all range between like $60 and $70. You can get these knives if you look for them in the right place. So they should all be about the same quality based on price. But we're going to see if any of them do better specifically than the others. I'm going to start with my oldest one, the Ka-Bar Zombie Killer Wursword. This is made from SK5 high carbon steel. It's a really good knife steel. Ka-Bar uses good stuff. All the knives they make, those are the knives used by the US military and other militaries all over the world. And even though this has like a Mall Ninja fucking zombie neckbeard look to it, it's made from the same steel, it's made the same way, it's the same quality as any kind of real combat knife that they might make. So don't judge it based on the look, judge it based on performance. Loud vehicle. You've seen me use this in other videos, you know how good it can perform. So I'm going to take this, move it out of the way. This is made in Taiwan, by the way. Now what I'm going to be doing for the tests is I'm going to do a bit of wood cutting with all of these later on. But first I'm going to do my usual bottle cuts. Basically, if you can cut through plastic, you can cut through skin. So I'm going to be doing the same cut on every one of these bottles. Might not make for the best footage. Bit of a tongue twister there. But I'm going to do the basic cut like this. So there's like no variation between what I'm doing that might affect the cut. I know I can do this properly, so this is what I'm going to do every time. I'm going to get a good footing here. The ground's not too even. Good range. Alright, here we go. Cut it in half perfectly, knocked it off the thing. And again. Good. Alright, that's this one done for now. I'm going to set this on this side and take the Hibben Alaskan survival knife. Now, this, material-wise and craftsmanship-wise, is empirically the lowest quality of the blades that I have here. This is just 420 stainless steel, but as I always say, in blades shorter than 12 inches, that doesn't matter all that much. It's good for keeping the blade clean, and you can see how wide the blade is, so that also helps with the integrity of the blade. And you can see the tang looping all the way through the grip, so that's not an issue. It's also shorter than the Ka-Bar one. So anyway, here we go. Alright, that's already a bad sign. It cut it, knocked it pretty far though. Oh. Alright, maybe that first one was a fluke then. I'm going to go ahead and give it another cut. I bought some extra bottles out just in case of that scenario. Alright, so see, that has a good edge. I've never sharpened this one. This is a factory edge for this one. The Ka-Bar, I've had it for so long and I've used it so much that I have sharpened it a couple of times. So, not bad at all there. Still though, I can't recommend the materials. The 420 stainless steel, for that price you can get better. It's a really cool looking knife though, so if you want something that looks nice and is gonna cut well, you know, go for it. But like construction wise, there's better options, such as the Buck 120 General. Put the sheath here, get a couple of cuts done with this. So same cut, same bottle, Now one thing I'm going to say, oh yeah, the materials. This is, oh my god, I can't remember the name. It's a sort of really good stainless steel. It approaches the strength of carbon steel while still keeping the corrosive resistance of stainless steel. And it doesn't actually say it on the blade like many of them do. I'll put it in the video description. I can't check it out now because I can check on my phone, but that's what's recording. I'll put it in the video description if you care enough, but I can guarantee that it's really good steel. Exactly what I expected there. I almost caught that. But yeah, you can see that this one's clearly the best cutter out of the three. I caught him, you see the top half just kind of flopping down off the thing rather than flying off to the side. So yeah, this thing, again, I haven't sharpened this since I kind of just got it. Factory edge, amazing edge. So this is going back in the sheath for now. Actually, you know what, I have a few extra bottles, so I'm just going to keep cutting for the fun of it. Do a couple of other things. That middle section cut out right there. I love this knife. That's the end of the bottles that I have right now. Just drying it off before it goes in the sheath. I love this thing. Alright. Now I'm going to loop the camera around here and tilt it downwards. And I'm going to be doing some chopping into this wood here. Just going to set all the blades right down here. I'm going to start with the K-bar again. Hold on to this. I'm going left-handed, but you know, the point is that the blade isn't, nothing's going to happen to the blade. So you should be able to see the wedge that's cut out of there. Remember about that size. The blade itself, obviously it's still in one piece. Edge feels fine, no rolling there. Now, the gilt Hibben, going to be cutting further up. Alright, just like with the bottles, you can see this one's performing worse. Let me clear out the bits in there. It did blow out a decent sized thing, but nothing like the K-bar did. Hit it pretty much the same amount of times. I wasn't counting. And another thing is, when you're cutting the bottles, the grip and the handle there is nice. Feels really good in the hand, but when you hack it into wood, that like bounces around in my fingers and it doesn't really hurt, but it's not the most pleasant thing. Alright. Now we're moving on to the one that performs the best on the bottles, but I also don't want to damage. Now I will say that this blade is half the weight of either of these other two. So for chopping into wood, a really low weight blade is not exactly what you want. But should stand up, and I'm going to go at it. Alright, blade looks fine, that's what I cared about. Edge is great. However, you can see that it didn't really blow out any good wedge. The accuracy wasn't all that great too. Let me take another few hits, see what happens. Yeah, I can just feel that doesn't dig in. It's just too light. For hunting use, like skinning animals or chopping through vines and shit, like I got this thorn vine right here and shit, I could easily, like, ow. Yeah, that went through easy. Got another one down here. I missed because I didn't want to get stuck in the finger. I don't even know if that was in frame. Anyway, this is going back in the sheath. Gathering up these two and returning camera this way. Alright. I'm not going to put them up there because it's all wet. But anyway, each of these knives kind of does its own thing. This, great for wood cutting. Like, you can see how big and wide this is. It's almost basically a machete. However, it is categorized as a knife, which is why I brought it out into this video. And it cuts through bottles just fine. Decent at wood cutting. Obviously, you're not going to go cutting down a tree with this thing. But for hacking through brush, would recommend. This, having a hard time really recommending it for anything specific. I mean, it does a worse job than the other two of both of the tests I just did. It looks really nice, so you don't really care about performance, you just want a fancy looking knife. It came with a good sheath, which I actually lost while I was moving. Same as this one, which that kind of sucks, but way it goes. It looks good. It's really heavy. I'm sure you could professionally sharpen it, get a better edge on there, but I don't know how long the edge would hold up on just 420 stainless steel blade. And try not to get it in the water. Buck 120 general. I'd say for cutting soft material, going through the bottles, skinning animals, even in combat situations, out of the three, this is definitely the one I'd go for. The steel is just so light. This is like, if mithril was a real material, like that is what I would think this blade was made out of. It's just, it weighs nothing. I love the feel of this thing. However, because of the low weight, it doesn't really power through wood, which, you know, is a disadvantage, but this isn't a wood cutting knife. This is just a general utility outdoors knife. You want to, if you're bringing this along, you probably want to bring a machete or a hatchet with you if you're going to go wandering in the woods, while in an exploring situation or survival situation, a blade like this would be better all around, because this will both cut through soft and hard material like wood. So you're going out in the woods, you can only bring one knife. I would recommend the K-Bar Zombie Killer Warlord. They have another one called the Pestilence Chopper, which is kind of like a machete cleaver type thing, same length, but with an outward curved blade, and that would probably do even better for chopping wood. This, I don't want to say don't buy it, because it's not terrible. It's got a really thick blade, wide blade, it's going to hold up, it's not going to break. I'm sure you could get a good edge on it, but compared to these other two, which out of the box perform just as they should, I can't recommend it over either of these other two. So, as much as I love this knife for soft targets, this would be my go-to for any real situation. However, if you have the option, if you don't mind carrying a bit of extra weight, I would recommend bringing this as well as a proper machete, because that way you have something specialized in any situation that you might need it for. Alright, so that was a fun video. I gotta clean all this crap up. This is a lot of bottles this time, so that ain't gonna be fun. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time. And, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, if you like my content, if you want to see my stuff improve, feel free to check out my Patreon account. That's patreon.com/bbillyk. There'll be a link in the video description. If you want to help me improve my content, get even better blades than these, get some proper swords, get new recording equipment to improve the general quality of my video, that'll be great. I greatly appreciate any help you guys give me. I already have a few patrons there who's really going to improve my videos in the next couple of months once I get the money in and start buying new recording equipment. So just wanted to say that at the end there. Thanks for watching, and have a good day. End video.